Good evening, Cub Scouts, and welcome to Cubmaster Theatre, the history of scouting. Good evening, Cub Scouts. It is I, Cubmaster Ben, and this evening I want to talk to you about a very interesting topic, the history of Cub Scouts. So, scouting itself was started a long time ago, guys, by British General Robert Baden-Powell. So he came home from a war in 1902, and he found out that he had written a book called Aids to Scouting, and the young boys were using this across all of England to play war. They were playing army, and they were using this as their guide to play. So he turned his book into a program that would teach camping, fitness, and citizenship for these boys, and it would help you have fun as you develop certain life skills and certain attributes that you need as an adult. He then tested his program at Brownsea Island in 1907, and he launched Boy Scouts the following year. Now, this is all still in England. It hasn't come to America yet. So, at first, it stayed in England, but then soon it started to grow to other countries, and it soon populated over the world. It then came to the United States by use of a good turn by a young man in London. And they said that in 1909, a unknown young man helped a Chicago businessman find his way through London during a fog, and told William Boyce, the businessman, that he wouldn't help. He couldn't accept money for helping him because he was doing his daily good turn as a Boy Scout. So he also told him where to get more information. So the first recruiting had occurred. So Mr. Boyce was so impressed about this that he decided to start the program in America. So he came to America, and Mr. Boyce officially formed Boy Scouts of America on February 8th, 1910. Now, there were scouting programs already in the States before that, but Boy Scouts of America officially titled and brought all scouting programs in the nation under it in 1910. And so that is why here in 2020 we've celebrated the 110th birthday of Boy Scouts of America. All right, so now, back in England, the program was continuing to expand. Many girls wanted to participate, and Baden-Powell wanted to get a girls' program going, so he got his sister Agnes to help. They started a group in 1909 called the Girl Guides, right? So this was their opportunity for young ladies to get involved and to, put their hands in the pot, so to speak, and start doing the same kind of things that the boys were doing. So, Juliet Lowe became a Girl Guide leader in England and Scotland, and then brought the program over to the States in 1912. And then it became the Girl Scouts of the United States of America, which was not affiliated with the Boy Scouts of America. So, Sea Scouting, that was going along the same lines of Boy Scouting, and was based on Baden-Powell's book, Sea Scouting for Boys, and then later written onto a book written by his older brother called Sea Scouting and Seamanship for Boys. So this started as a separate program in 1912, but it eventually became part of Boy Scouts of America. So different groups and different youth groups merged and became part of, and some did not merge. Some failed and did not continue to on in scouting. But throughout the years, scouting grew. And then it became a program where it was only 12 through 17. And then in 1930, we hit a very pivotal point, which we'll see here and again in about 10 years at the 100-year mark, of where boys 9 to 11 years old were accepted into Cub Scouting. And that is the program we are in today of Cub Scouts. So in 1959, Explorer Scouts started. This was a program, special interest Boy Scout program on its own for young men and women ages young men for ages 14 to 21. And then 1971, women became available for a membership in that program as well. Now, the programs continued on. It continued to grow. And then now, as we see here in 2020, we have everything from Lions and kindergartners, so our 5-year-olds, continuing on all the way through up to 18, 19-year-olds in scouting, finishing up their Eagle ranks. You have your Lions, your Tigers, your Wolves, your Bears, your Weeblos, and your Arrow of Light, and then you have all your Scout ranks. And guys, that's a lot. That's a big progress from where we used to be. So Baden-Powell actually wrote the programming of Boy Scouts based off the movie, or the book, excuse me, The Jungle Book, if you've ever read the book. And Aquila is the term used for a parent of a youngling in a wolf pack. And so that term has endured over the years for over a century within Cub Scouting itself. It's also why if you look through, you'll see things such as Baloo in the Bear program and other things like that. So he used Jungle Book as kind of a foundation to design his program. And if you see, it really is a great mentality because a young wolf pack raises a young human boy and then returns him on. But it shows that no matter what, with the right nurturing, the right program, the right family, and the right love, you can be successful. Now, another part of looking forward, looking back, is building a time capsule. So, I thought I'd share with you something our pack and our committee has started to do recently. And that is we've gathered documents over time and saved them and started to put them in this book. So, we're not building a time capsule, but we're building a living history of our pack. We have a Cub Scout action book for Wolf from 1980. We have the 1984 Bear book, which if you're in scouting right now, you can see these books are a lot different than the books we have today. If you just look at our Weeblo book, the Weeblo book is a big difference. Just from those two alone, that's a big deal. And then as we go through our book, we see that there's a flag presentation from Congress in here. We have National Summertime Pack Awards from 1983. Let's see, a National Honor Unit recognition for the pack back in 1983. Signed by all kinds of folks, right? So pack awards. Every time we've rechartered, they used to give out a document. And so some of the charters are in there. When they did the bicycle safety program in 1984, and so they got a participation award for that as a pack, and it just continues on and on. For example, here's our 1984 charter back in September of 1984, and so these are documents that aren't done anymore because now everything is done digital. But I tell you guys, if you look into the history of scouting, look into your unit, talk to some of your leaders, see if there's a unit historian, maybe at your local scout shop or somewhere in your district or council, guys. Go ahead, check it out, have fun. So anyway, guys, go talk to your local history folks. Talk to some older leaders in your unit, in your pack, in your council, your district. See if there's a local historian that might know about your unit. You never know what you're going to find or where you're going to find it. And I just ask that you guys go out, check it out, and see what you can find, all right? So for Cubmaster Ben, to you guys, have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me here in Cubmaster Theatre. And we'll see you guys later. Keep the outing and scouting, boys and girls, from me to you. We'll see you later. Cubmaster Ben, signing off.